is assigned to m. So the value of m is printed as 200. So this is an example for anonymous function. Next, recursive function. So recursive function is a function which calls itself again and again, is called as recursive function, and this methodology is said to be recursion. And the program for that is greatest common divisor given. This is the output for that program. And GCD, define GCD of a comma b. So this is the function code for calculating GCD. If b not equal to 0, we need to return GCD of b comma a mod b, else we need to return a. So this is the function code for finding GCD of two numbers. So these two statements are used to get inputs for n1 and n2. So n1 and n2 in the output screen I am entering 18 and 27. Next, those two values to print two input values 18, 27 are being printed. Next, we are calling GCD of 18, 27 is called, and the result of this function is stored in Z. Once this number values are passed, it will go to this GCD of 18, 27. So b value equal to 27. So if b not equal to 0, so the condition is true, hence it will go and return GCD of b comma a mod b. So a is 18, mod b value is 27. Since a value is less than b, so the value modulus value is 18 itself. So once again it will call GCD of 27, 18, and the process is repeated. So the final answer for this is 9. So the greatest common divisor value is stored in Z, and the Z value is being printed. Next, based on passing of parameters, we can classify into two categories: call by value and call by reference. During call by value, the copy of actual arguments is passed to the function, whereas in call by reference, the address, the reference value is passed. So the main difference is any changes made during the function execution will not affect the actual value, whereas in call by reference, if there is any change is made by the function execution, it is getting reflected in the actual arguments also. So this is an example for function using call by value. So this is function using call by reference. So here k is given the value 2 and the function name is square of n. So this function will compute square of n, and the square value is assigned to n is assigned to square and return square. This statement returns the square of a given number. So j equal to square of k. So print the square value of given number equal to j and print k. So the square of that number is 4 and the k value. So for this value alone we have calculated the square. So this value is not at all affected. So why? Because when we are passing k equal to 2, a copy of the value of k is being made and that value is getting squared and it is returned. So the actual value is not affected during the function definition. Whereas in the case of call by reference, so here this is the example program. Here change list the name of the function. This will receive an argument, the list. So the statement inside the function, the list will be printed. So in this list, a new word Rajesh is being inserted. So print new list inside the function equal to the list. So my list. So this is a function body. After this, I am creating my list with 4 names: John, Jack and Atlee. So print my list before function call. This will print my list. John, Jack, Atlee will be printed. So you can see here my list before function call John, Jack, Atlee. After once it has been called change list of my list. It will go to the function and it will print inside the function as with the 3 names it is printed. And after that a new name Rajesh is being appended to the list and new list inside the function. So John, Jack, Atlee and Rajesh is being printed. Afterwards print my list. Afterwards when we come out of the function execution, print my list after function call my list. The statement will be printed. So whatever change we have made with this function execution is reflected in the actual value also. So this is an example for call by reference. Void function. It is possible to compose a function with a return statement. So such functions are called as void function. Here it is an example for a void function. So simple is a function. Here no return statement is given. So this function simply prints hello, and also this is an example for void function. This is function calling. So if we are having the output hello, this is an example for void function. This will not return any value. Composition. When a function is called within another function, it is said to be composition. The scope of the inner function is within the outer function. So this is an example program for composition. First we can have a outer function make adder. Within that we are having an inner function add, which will receive y. The outer function receive x. Next, inside inner we need to print the added value of x and y, and this is the return statement for this function add, and this there is no return statement for make adder. Next, plus 5, using this statement we are calling make adder of 12. So 12 is passed to make adder, so x will return x will have the value 12. Next, print plus 5 of 12. So the value being written by plus 5 we are calling along with 12. So plus 5, 12. So totally we are getting 17 as the output. Documentation string. So documentation string are also called as doc strings. So these are comment like statements. It begins with quotation mark. The first letter must be an uppercase letter, and it must also end up with full stop. If the document string contains multiple lines, the second line should be left blank. So this is the example program. So here one function 1 is defined. So the documentation string is given. After that this will print, this is a documentation string. So the -doc is used to access the documentation string. Usually it is not documentation strings are not printed during the output, but if we want to print we have to use _doc_ is used to print the documentation strings. And scope and lifetime of variables. Scope of a variable is a portion of the program where it is recognized. So variable declared inside the function or a local scope, and outside or global scope. So this is the example program. Here 3 values mark 1, mark 2, mark 3 are given values, and the total is assigned to 0. So next these 3 values are passed. Inside the function we are using one more variable tot, and these 3 marks are being added and assigned to tot. So this statement print total marks obtained. This mark is printed inside the function as the total value. So after execution of this statement, the first line is being printed. Total marks obtained inside the function equal to 257. Okay, so this is a function calling. Afterwards, print total marks obtained outside the function. So there is no statement for calculating the total for M1, M2, M3. This total has been calculated within this function. So the scope is limited only up to this function. Hence the total marks obtained outside the function is printed as 0. Next, comparison between global variable and local variable. So the local variable is being declared within the function, a global variable declared within the program. and the scope of the variable is limited to the declared function only. The scope of the variable is limited to the entire program. The value of the variable can be accessed only within the declared function. The value of the variable can be accessed by the entire program. Thank you.